Hey everybody, this is Illyrius, and welcome back to my Let's Play Fallout New Vegas with mods. This is the second video in the series, and in this video we're going to be setting up the character.
You're awake.
For a little bit you're going to be getting bombarded with various pop-ups and things from mods. I also do have Honest Hearts and Dead Money, as you can see.
Whoa, easy there, easy.
For this first part, I'm going to be quiet and let Doc
Why don't
Mitchell
you
here talk.
Just relax a second. Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name? I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Good Springs. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
I always play in first person, so I'm not really worried about the character's face. So we'll just stick with one of these presets here. That looks good. We'll stick with that.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room? Over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race. Ooh, looking good so far.
And there's FOOK, finally making it to the party.
Tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
Alright, so for this build, I think we're gonna do mainly sniping, maybe little explosives. So I'm gonna go with accuracy, explosives obviously. In terms of barter and speech and everything, I played with pretty high speech in Fallout 3, and it was fun for a while, but it got kind of old. So I think we're not going to worry about speech as much in this build. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard score there, but after what you've been through, I'd say that's great news. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn and dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking. All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog. House. Night. Bandit. Light. Mother. Okay, now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature. I ain't given to relying on others for support. I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention. I'm slow to embrace new ideas. I charge in to deal with my problems head on. Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see. Okay. How about this one? Last one. Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
I swear that last one looks like two gnomes playing patty cake. Anyway, like I said, this build will be pretty gun intensive, so we'll choose guns obviously. Repair, it's pretty good to have early on for a couple things. We'll worry about explosives later. I think we're gonna get medicine though.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Alright, here's the various traits. Most of them have a good aspect and negative aspect. I don't really like that too much, so I'll go with high value target so I can get into random fights.
Alright, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
And also Wild Wasteland, just so you can have crazy things show up in strange places. Doc Mitchell's a pretty nice guy. I've always liked him. He's really giving too. You can take anything in this house and not have any negative repercussions whatsoever.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to be now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style anyway.
It gives us even more things.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Alright, as you can see, we're not starting off exactly light by any means. But hopefully that'll balance out with the various extra monsters in the world now.
I expect you'll be wanting to go outside after being cooped up for so long, but if you have any questions, I'll answer what I can.
Looks like because we got our medicine skill up, we can get even more stuff.
Of course. You've been through a lot. Ain't much, but these'll do you right if the pain flares up.
Alright.
Well, I already told you I came from a vault. After that, I was a traveling doctor for a spell. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Most folks out here ain't educated, so people with medical know-how are hard to come by. I found that I could help a lot of people with what I knew, and that was all right with me. Eventually, I went back and married my childhood sweetheart, and that was the end of my traveling days. Didn't miss it none then. Still don't. Well, ain't we all, right? That was a long time ago. I don't pay it much mind anymore. You take care now.
Part of the Fall games is talking to people, learning about them, so we're going to be doing that throughout the game. Like I was saying earlier, this is one of the few places, or actually the only place I can think of right now, where you can take anything you want out of a building that is owned by somebody and not have any negative repercussions at all. Because we got to repair up, we can repair that gun. The iron sight's kind of weird, but it's always useful to have another gun around, even if you just sell it later on. And since I'm not going to get penalized for it, I'm going to look around for what else I can take. Sometimes I take things that I don't know if I'll need later on or not, like cigarettes. Seems like those could always come in handy. Whenever I played Fallout 3, I ended up taking so many pre-war books that I actually overburdened myself several times. but found out later on that I could actually sell those. Okay, well that's about it for this video. The next video we'll be actually playing the game, so we'll see you then.